Oh, yay. Remember last
Okay.
time you said it's going to be a minute, and then you
It
said we're
was. It
live,
was
and I was
already
just
live.
taking a
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
freaking
Sorry.
drag off the joint.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see that though? Did you see it?
Probably. I don't think
I was
I
like,
did.
what?
Yeah, I probably did that all messed up, I'm sure.
Oh no, you did.
Probably.
No, not probably. Don't say probably.
My bad. My
You
bad.
did. It
Okay.
happened. It
Well,
went down.
yeah,
It's in history.
you
It's
know,
recorded.
it happened. It happened.
See,
Yeah,
yeah, we're
that's
on.
good. Yeah,
See,
we're
that's
alive.
what you did to me. That's what you did to me
Oh,
last time.
thank you. Yes, yes,
Fine.
we are here. Yes.
Coming
Well,
in. Coming in. My nose just keeps running.
oh, thank you, Tyler.
I can't even say that. I can't even say online or on video. Look, for number one, I broke some nails. Number two, I can't even say,
Hello,
well,
Logan.
yeah, I can because it's our
Hello,
channel.
spiritual badass.
But you can't even say certain things, and people just take offense to everything, right? Everything. I can't even say I'm going to choke you, and we will get so much shit. Like twin flames don't act like that. People don't threaten violence. Violence isn't the way to go. Like I'm not really going to put my hands around your neck and choke. Yeah, but people take things so freaking literally and to heart and to heart. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm not ranting. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm not.
Yeah. Well,
Brush
let's
my
see.
hair down.
What have I learned in 55 years? I don't know. You guys can start questions. You guys can. I'm going to spend time with you. Get rid of what?
Are we on another screen somewhere?
Yes, we are.
Thank you, because that's way behind.
Yeah. Well, let's do this. I think it's
There it is. There we are, real
there's real
time.
time. Yeah, there's real time. I'm just trying to figure out how.
You
I
want to
know.
do what I do?
Yeah, I'm gonna figure it out. Just give me a second.
No, just do what I do.
I'm going to. I'm gonna do this
Just do what I
and then
do.
just yeah, and then put this over here.
You know what he did to me last time? Y'all saw it. I know you did. I know you did because I got hate mail from it.
Yeah. Okay.
I get hate mail all the time from it.
Do you?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, why do you have to? Why do you have to do that? Why can't you just accept me for who I am? I don't understand that.
I do accept you.
I know you do.
What does somebody else matter?
I'm gonna do it, no matter what. So
Right.
you know what I mean?
I feel you.
I'm gonna do it. And that includes trying to die about every 6 months. I'm gonna do it. I just don't know how.
You keep me young. So today,
I feel like if it wasn't for me, you
yeah,
wouldn't have had this
is the
many
microphone
birthdays.
working okay there? Pursue you. Is it coming through clear?
Can you hear us?
I hope so.
Is
People
she
take that. Sharon has it right. People take things literally because they're so tight and need emotional healing. Lack of joy.
glitter?
Do I have
You
glitter
have
on it?
glitter.
Oh, okay.
I got it. I don't
All
know
right.
where it came from.
Nathan Elliott. Wow. We ain't seen you in a minute. Logan. Hello. Tiffany H. Thank you so much, you guys. Yeah, we are using microphones. Are they coming through clear?
So literally, Sharon. It's so annoying sometimes, and I do get annoyed easily. But that I there's so much judgment and so much ridicule and so much.
You know what I figured out though? Here's they are tad muffled.
Oh, tad muffled.
Oh.
Lee's is probably not mine.
Oh yeah, I think I'm not.
Lee's under his shirt.
Wait a minute. I did something.
Because that's where you put them.
Yeah, I lost my.
You got a necklace? How about that? Look,
yeah,
look.
I got a necklace.
Please. What are you doing?
I lost the top to it.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
I'm gonna have to go with the.
Welcome to my life on Lee's birthday.
Let me.
Are you putting a fluffy one on?
I guess I lost the black.
Fluffy one. That fluffy one.
So we are
celebrating Lee's birthday today.
Yeah, we're just hanging out, guys. And
we got our cards if you want a reading.
I just wanted to be
for Lee's birthday. Get yourself a reading. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
I've been so focused on connection.
Let me help you out.
I don't think that I've really paid attention. Oh, yeah. It's like really
got
funny.
this.
I don't know how that works.
I got this.
So
You're
hopefully,
fine.
I don't know if you can hear me because
You can hear me probably.
we can hear you. Oh, there you go.
That's
Yeah.
what
So
I don't know
sounds
what
a
you
little
did.
muffled, kind of, unless it's just my earbuds.
I don't know what you
Is
did.
it coming through better now, Tyler?
What's this? I gotta find the hole. I can't even say that.
I know it's
If I
really.
say that, then somebody's gonna
No,
say, "Why are
no,
you
I
saying
don't.
that?" Looking for the hole.
Oh,
Here it is.
Oh,
Oh,
it's okay.
oh, there it
That
is.
one. This one's
Okay,
better. I like
this
that.
one's better. Sorry about this. You're gonna hear this little shh.
Oh, okay.
Now stick that right there on that necklace,
Okay.
just like they do in Survivor, and you're fine.
All right.
You're fine. You're fine. Oh, please, please, please don't tell me that I've got broken nails because I
Still
get that. I
muffled
get
on
emails
both
about
mics.
that. I get
Okay.
it. I've been doing stuff. Man,
Is it really muffled?
is mine
is it
muffled?
is it really bad, Tyler? Is it? Do we need to take them off?
Oh man, Tyler, Tyler, testing 1 2, Tyler.
How's
I wish I
that?
could sing like Tyler.
Yes, you both sound muffled. Okay, let me do this.
We're going. This mess.
Okay, so let's try it to this. Is that better? That probably isn't much better because we're not using those. And they probably are a lot better when we do recordings than they are when we're live. It really depends.
It does.
Is that better?
Gotta be better.
Sharon, is that better? Tyler, better? Good. Hopefully, maybe.
We got the little microphones off TikTok, the TikTok shop, and everybody raved about them.
It
So we
just
got
sound like you've had a pack or two. No.
a whole pack of them.
Well, I wanted to be here today. I think for me it was like, okay.
Thank
Yes,
you.
better. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So after 55 years, I've realized that I spent 40 of my years being disconnected and probably the last 15 years connected. And it's in a completely different environment. Here's how I know for sure that it's completely shifted. When I was disconnected, I worried about judgment. When I became connected, I didn't.
Right.
So when people are judgmental like that, I I've I'm curious as to where it's coming from in them
Right.
instead of worrying about what they're actually saying.
Yeah.
Because if you have judgment, if you're infected with judgment, you can judge other people because deep seated on the inside, you're judging yourself.
Yeah. It's interesting because I'm not annoyed by the judgment. I'm annoyed by the amount.
Thank you, Precious.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well,
And not just the amount, but on everything. On everything. It literally could be anything. Like, why is your hair blue? Why can't you be natural colored? Why do you have to be different? Why can't you grow hair, Lee? Why do you have bald head? Why do you have glasses? Why can't you get LASIK surgery? I mean, there's so much. It's a lot. And it's not the judgment itself, which is hurtful, by the way, but it's and but it's the amount of it. It's the amount, not the but I don't take it to like heart anymore because literally from my family I've got so much judgment that I'm used to it. It doesn't bother me. But it's just I guess it's just the little things. The little things. Itty bitty tiny petty things. Like, why do you have to do that? I'm like, oh my God, Lee said a cuss word. Sherry cussed. Oh my God.
I don't really think about it.
Sherry smokes pot.
I just don't see the point.
Okay,
I
I'm done.
also find that
I'm totally done.
yeah, okay. Okay.
It's over.
So we thought we'd come on here. She's got a probably jet on me, but
I'll
I'll
on
sit
it for a
here.
little bit. I've
Yeah,
got something
because
to
it's
do.
2:37.
Fine.
So
We got a little
anyway,
time.
we just thought we'd come hang out. I mean,
While I'm still here, Lee'll stay here for a little bit if y'all want him to. But we're doing card readings and it's Lee's birthday, so you're gonna get a double card reading.
okay.
So you'll get 2 cards from 2 different decks that are usually spot on with each other because they're great. But card readings are whatever you would like to give Lee for his birthday.
Oh.
And we'll take we got PayPal. We'd rather you use PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App because it comes to us instead of YouTube holding on to it for a year and 2 days.
They really kind of do, don't
Yeah.
they?
So we'll put the Venmo, not the Venmo.
There it is.
I mean, if you want the Venmo, we'll do it, but
Yeah,
I
I think
a Cash App or
can probably
PayPal
put it
would
up
be
there
better.
somewhere.
But I'll put that up here. So if you see me typing,
Thank
it's
you,
from me.
Charlotte.
All right. Oh man.
Um,
So go ahead. Go ahead. Just talk. Just
just
tell me.
talk. Um,
55
no,
years.
55,
55 years. You've
55.
learned what?
The, well, what have I learned? The most
Well, the judgment don't
like I
bother
said,
you.
I learned that in connection, you don't need judgment. In connection, it's without judgment. It's like you judge a lot of different things throughout your life, right? You're going to judge how you were raised by your parents. You're going to judge your childhood. You're going to judge how things even show up now. You're going to do that. I mean, that's just part of the nature of it. But you were taught to do that. You know what I mean? To complain is something that's taught. We don't complain naturally. You were taught to complain.
Yeah.
You were taught to judge. If you weren't
Yeah.
taught those things, you wouldn't even know what they were.
Right.
So it's like in a world where we'd have full connection, that would probably be peaceful. If we realized that the biggest thing we have is the judgment. So, this year's been the year of the truth. A lot of truth has been coming out in a lot of different ways.
What's the PayPal address? Because I
Connect,
forgot. Go
add,
ahead.
relationship reinvented.
Okay.
And then it's I think it's not even overwhelming anymore. It's just how much pain do you have to be in before you realize your judgment is keeping your pain the same shape,
Right.
you know? Um, a lot of things repeat, and you don't really see how they repeat until you stop judging. Hmm. It's a strange way to look at it. Did you pen it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, good. All right. So I don't know where we're at. I'll have to put on my glasses so I can
So
see.
listen, I'm going to throw this out there. We're coming to you, or you can come to us.
Oh yeah.
We're opening that up. Um, so if you're interested in the retreat or weekend workshop with us, um, private weekend workshop, just you and us, or one other person.
We
So
can do up to two people.
we can do up to two people. If you're interested, hey, listen. Um, I know we're going to be in the Annapolis, Maryland, um, part of the world, in December. I'm not exactly sure the date yet, and I'll find that out today, actually, about what time we're going to be there. But if you would like a 2-day workshop with us, um, in in that area, um, email us and let us know. Here's the deal on the workshops. I'll say this once and then we'll put it on a video somewhere. Um, who knows where? Let me get in here. Oh no. Forgot my own code. Here we go. There we are. All right. So here's the dealio on that. Uh, we come to you. Um, we usually find the greatest little Airbnbs, and we'll be doing we'll find it. We'll do the retreat there. That includes everything except for dinner. So we'll provide breakfast, we'll provide lunch, dinner we'll break off and do maybe together, maybe go our separate ways, whatever is fine. Um, if you're interested in that, it is $5,500. If you pay in full, in advance to book, that drops it down to 4,500. So it's $1,000 less if you pay in full. And if you come to us, so we're going to open up our home few times a year. We'll work on the date with you. You come here, everything's provided except for your transportation to our city and home from our city. So we'll get you from the airport unless you
Bus
drive
station,
in.
train station,
Well,
whichever.
whatever. So once you get here, your lodging's handled, your food, everything, we'll work all that out together. And
Now, what does this all consist of?
yes.
What is a workshop like? What is it like with being in the energy field of two people who
Ooh.
are deeply connected? Well, you're going to see real time what you're not seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you're going to see that even as we include your pain in our connection, that what you've been doing to your pain and your hurt has caused you to stay disconnected and not caused you to be able to even know that you can have connection.
Mm-hmm.
So there's tripwires, right? So this will be kind of like how you kind of learn to remove those. We're very vulnerable with each other. We stay very vulnerable in our home. We stay very vulnerable wherever we go. That's what connection needs. That's what connection requires. But is it an easy thing to do? Absolutely not. But when you come or we come to you, you're going to experience us not letting you put up a guard, sit in your misery, reject yourself,
Mm-hmm.
reject us. We're going to accept you the way you are and show you what that actually feels like and what it should be doing rather than what you let it do. A lot of it is from stuff in your roots, right? Stuff that you went through in your childhood, stuff you went through throughout your life, people believing you, you believing yourself. A lot of those things all tie together. And we are really, really good at snapping you out of it. Um, you need connection, and you're not going to choose this kind of a connection or the ultimate connection without having a connection to yourself, your pain, and everything that's been you up until this
Mm.
moment. And it's really hard because we all like to future project. We all like to tell ourselves a story of the past, but we've done this now for 15, 20 years. I
Yeah.
mean, if you combine it, it's been a minute. She's clear enough to go and travel. We always knew that this is where we wanted to go. We wanted to be able
Yes.
to connect people. We always wanted to be able to for people to experience what a true, powerful spiritual connection is capable of. It's not capable of pushing the other person away. That's something you're doing on the inside. You just don't know that because you haven't gone into that.
Mm-hmm.
This is not work. We're not coming to work on you. You're not coming here to get worked on. You're coming here to get connected to. See, there's a difference between when you work on yourself and you connect to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Huge difference.
Big.
One of those has a way of pulling connection towards you. The other, well, you've never seen work lead you to having connection or love. Ask yourself the truth. When has doing all of your work ever led you to connection? When has doing all of your work ever connected you to being love? So it's almost like you don't see that you're doing work, but work is not really leading anywhere. We have yet to see how work can heal anything. Healing comes from connection. Connection and healing are connected to one another. Work and connection don't know each other. They never will know each other. They'll never be able to figure it out. It will always be a mind game rather than a feeling experience. So that's what you're going to get. You're going to get it full force in your face, can't escape.
Can't escape.
Well, and then you're going to realize what is it that you've been running from? It's really hard to see the chaser and the
Excuse me.
runner as each person, not the other person. If you have this, for example, here's a good way to put this. If you have this tendency to tell yourself how somebody is, in your family members, or even the person you're connected to,
Mm-hmm.
if you have a habit of telling yourself why they're doing things without it coming from them, you are the runner, you are the chaser. There's no escaping it. You get to tell yourself in your mind what the truth is, and now you have to deal with how that causes you that much pain. Because that pain's going to keep staying in you because you don't realize you're dictating the outcome of everything that could be connection. And it's very painful to watch. If you can tell yourself you know what they think, or you know why they're not with you, or
Mm-mm-mm.
you know that they shut down, it even sounds like this. Yeah, they just stopped talking. Well, I think that I was too much for them. If you can say shit like that, you have no idea what you're talking about when it comes to them. You've literally knocked them out of the connection because you're telling yourself what the connection has to consist of. But do you know why you're doing that? Do you know why you're making that a point to do that? And most of the time, what we find out is just a repeated pattern you learned in your childhood. Is there more than one? Not only is there more than one, it becomes so confusing because then you don't even see what you are attracting. You're attracting the same kind of circumstances. You just don't know which angle you're coming from in that circumstance. Yeah,
Mm.
I don't know how deep I can go with that because it becomes something people like to take and twist. Here's what we know
Another
for
one of
sure.
those things.
Here's what we know for sure. We didn't tell people who they were connected to. We've never told people who their twin flame is. We don't do that. That's not what this space is. This space is, how do I know for myself who I'm connected to? Well, we took the time to go investigate and find out why. And we've done this over years now, doing root camp and connect me to me and just really paying attention. And it seems to be that the same thing happens in every single connection. You go to your head and you want to be in your feelings. You don't stay in your feelings to have the connection. You go to your head about a feeling that you have for a person that you won't even let them know about that feeling.
Mm.
So it's almost like you don't see how tricky it is and how deep it has to be and how deep you have to go before you're going to stop doing that. And I remember I came out with the video, stop doing that. And a lot of the stop doing that was the way that your thinking is happening to you is happening to everyone around you.
Mm.
If you love the way you think, then you're going to easily find something that will resemble love, but
Mm.
won't be love because love is
Right.
a feeling, not a thought. So hopefully that resonates with you. So let's see. Oh, thank you, Deja. Happy
Is that
birthday. Mine
Deja?
was yesterday.
Neighbor to Zach, Deja?
I don't know. Oh, I see what you did there. Where's the team of fans? We love
Is the
that.
team and Zach you,
Um,
Deja?
it's like unhappiness from within, and they are judgmental. I believe this was Sharon responding to the judgment stuff. And they're judgmental as well as they judge because they were judged.
Right.
I just don't give a fuck. I have a sense of humor no matter what I'm facing.
She
So
didn't
I
say
attack
the F
people.
word. Oh, yeah, she did.
Well, she
But she
just
did.
put
She did.
GF.
Yeah.
So
I got it.
so people who are too. Yeah, so you're right. You do attract what you believe. But do you really want to attract what's been hurting you? The thing is, you
Ooh.
don't realize the things you're saying inside that cause that. But those
Ooh.
things you've been saying
Do you
inside,
really want to attract what's been hurting you?
but
Ooh.
you do because you believe that's all you are
True.
allowed. And that's where
True.
people come up with their self-worth issues.
Right.
Your self-worth issues come from a deep wound that you've had, and nobody really took the time to sit with you and connect to you in it.
Right.
And they're hard to find. Believe me, they're hard to find. And they're elusive because your mind has come up with a way to make it about everybody else and exclude you. If you walk around hurt and in pain and you stuff it down all the time, do you think you're an easy person to connect to? It becomes mind-boggling, right? It becomes a game. So, Dinestra
Right.
Switch, yes. Oh,
Oh, her
so
it was
birthday was
yesterday. Their
yesterday.
birthday was yesterday.
I
Happy
had
birthday.
one of my great friends, brother, almost like a brother to me. His birthday was yesterday. Um, daughter's birthday was yesterday. I mean, today's birthday, I know like 5 people's birthdays today.
Yeah.
But see, I was born at 3:16 a.m.
You know what's interesting? I set
3:16.
my alarm for 3:16 a.m. so I could wake up and say happy birthday to you.
You didn't hear that shit?
I did not hear that shit. And it went off too. But I had it under my pillow so you couldn't hear it. So I could hear it. That shit didn't work.
We're live if you want to come say hi. It's just Cameron.
Like,
Oh, you going
got
to
hockey?
hockey?
Andy couldn't take me and Caleb couldn't take me, so I have Alex.
Okay.
Who's Alex?
Happy birthday.
Thank
Who's
you.
screaming? Have fun.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, thank you,
Teenagers.
Teresa.
Teenagers.
So,
Who's screaming?
me,
That's the hockey team.
probably. Hockey people are so sweet. So
Who the heck?
she asked me what I wanted to do today.
This kid. I just sent my kid out the door with a kid. I don't know. Apparently he's on the team.
It should be all right. Craig is not happy about it.
No, Craig is
So,
not.
so thank you guys for tuning in. I don't know how many people are here. I don't even know
If you'll stay.
yeah. Let's see. We've got 14 watching. So,
Fast.
hey, you guys, throw some stuff up. Anybody? Actually, I haven't pulled a card for myself today.
You have not. Let's
No,
do
I
it.
haven't. And I'm not sure where I
We
should.
should lose.
Why don't you pick the deck?
India's deck for sure.
India's deck?
Yeah, it's what I have in my hand, and it's what I went for as soon as you said it. So
Okay.
because this deck just had a birthday.
Mm,
So,
That's right. She's Libra. I
just had a
forgot.
year birthday.
Yes,
This
she
deck
did.
is a year old. And if you watch India Lee,
Lee.
Lay,
Lee.
Lay. Anyway, I think it's Lee.
Tomato, tomato.
I think it's Lay.
Tomato, tomato.
Anyway, yeah, she made this deck and it's a year old.
Yeah.
She
All right.
does a little
So
news
let's
a little
do,
news expert
I
on her
want to
local
pull a
station.
card for what is my next, which direction am I going in? Let's see what the card tells me as far as what's my direction. Because I've been kind of contemplating what my direction should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully let's see what this says. And it feels like it's over in here.
Okay.
That one.
Okay.
Take it easy. Yeah. And notice the tree, notice the water,
Oh
notice
my
all the
gosh.
shit that usually shows up in my dream
Mm-hmm.
is the shit that, of course, this card pulls. That's amazing
Oh my
how
God,
that
that's
happens.
awesome. What
So
number
it's
is
number
it?
36,
It's the number
and it's
36
Take It
card.
Easy.
You're gonna have to read this because
So this one is a
blind as a bat.
material. So right now is a time when one of the most important things you can do is let things be easy. Let yourself flow. You're detoxing from so many years of conditioned constraints and limitations of the mind, making things complicated or harder than they have to be, or of things being as hard as they had to be for your own soul path up until this point. It's time to let things be easy. It's time to let spirit do the heavy lifting. Your job is just to flow. And you may notice that as you do this, there are times that your mind worries about boredom and the absence of the struggle. It may take you time and some patience with yourself to get to the place where you can really enjoy the peace, but you will enjoy it and flow with it, and there will be intensity. There will still be intensity, so don't worry. If you've pulled this card, you are being guided to allow things to be easy and flow, letting things unfold. Notice any mental worries about boredom and the absence of struggle, knowing it takes time and patience to reach a place of enjoying peace. Trust that you will eventually find enjoyment and flow in the ease and the peace. Wow.
I have to go. Leo, stay here with you if you'd like.
Thank you.
For a little while. If I don't see you again, I'll see you on the flip side. If I happen to be done in an hour and come back and you're still here, I'll rejoin. How about that?
Awesome.
Here
Awesome.
it is.
Well, thank you. I love you. So you guys are going to spend some time with me on my birthday. I guess that's what we're doing. So
Y'all handle that
yeah,
because I need your help for an hour to be with him on his birthday. Give me an hour.
all right. So what would you guys like me to talk about? Okay. And I can pull cards too. I'm pretty good about that. I mean, you guys had me for a total hour, and I would like to be in my take it easy, peaceful state. So anything you want me to talk about, I can do that. I mean, I attract people who have a sense of humor more than them being judgmental towards me. Oh, I love that. Carrie, thank you so much. So, wow. Lee coming on, let me see. I just took my glasses off. Lee coming on to teach and preach on his own birthday. Such a Lee thing to do, isn't it though? It really kind of is. It's like I feel better connecting than I feel better than not doing that. You know, I usually do things around here. I like to be very active, but when I'm sitting still or even sometimes even in front of the TV, I can't do it for a very long time without looking for how things are connected. It's just something I do. And we've been going through some things as far as the weather, and I'm watching it. And then I think about everything that we've been through besides the weather that got us here. So I kind of am enjoying all of this chaotic weather. It almost has changed how I view things from a standpoint of it's just a storm passing through. So yeah, I guess that is a thing for me to do, Tyler. Thank you for noticing. We've been doing a lot of we get a lot of messages. I don't know if you guys are on Quora, but Quora does a lot there that has a lot of information. I mean, I guess there's a lot of ways you can read into connection, but there's a lot of things that you'll feel if you read into it. Deja, can you please tell what does it mean to be vulnerable? I know what it means, but I don't know how to be. Deja, when you were born, you were vulnerable. We're all vulnerable the day we're born. And you don't hide when you hurt. You don't hide when you're growing. You don't hide when you're hungry. You don't hide when you're tired. All of those things make you vulnerable, meaning you don't have any reason to keep anything hidden. Being vulnerable back then, when you cried, somebody would come and they would hold you, pick you up, maybe walk you around the room, and just pay attention to how you're feeling. As we get older, we get this thing. It becomes fully educated, but education never means vulnerable. And the thing about it is when you're vulnerable in that way, like if you're hurting and you're around people and they don't know you're hurting, you're not being vulnerable. Vulnerability is the key. It's always going to be the key. It's going to be the key to how you heal. It's going to be the key to how you love. It's going to be the key to how you find truth. Your vulnerability is always your deepest truth because you can't really protect or make your vulnerability safe. It's just something you are. Your skin can be penetrated. You are vulnerable. That's just how it works. When you have an identity that says, this is what happened to me in my past and I got hurt. Well, when you got hurt, what did you do with the hurt? The hurt is still present now. You make all your choices from abandoning a hurt that happened a long time ago. That's what's happening to your vulnerability. But do you know how to pull your vulnerability out so you can heal? As we get older, we're less likely to heal faster because of our disconnect from our own vulnerability. So hopefully that answered your question, Deja. I can go much deeper into that. If you want to do 30 minutes, I can pull out your vulnerability so you can experience it. But it's not something you don't know how to be. It's just something you're protecting because you think you're doing something for yourself, which you're actually hurting yourself. It's hard to see. Sharon said, I'm on Quora and familiar with the platform. Do you have a name on there, Lee? I believe we're Twin Flames Lee and Shipley on there. I'm almost positive. Let me check. I believe we are. I can show you our page. But we get a lot of questions sent to us based on that. Let's see. Yeah, that's us. We are Twin Flames Lee and Sherry on Quora. Yeah. Yeah, we 38,000 views on content over the month. And I think, it's just easier sometimes when you ask a question. Yeah, there's a lot of information and twin flame questions and experiences on there pertaining to twins. It's a very helpful platform. You're welcome, Deja. Like I said, I do 30 minutes. I put them back out there. I took them away for a while. It was really different because it was just, I think I realized that the energy exchange that's happening in that space, if you come into a space where you get somebody who's connecting to your pain, what is that worth to you? Because a lot of ways that you look at what you've been doing with your pain and your hurt, you don't realize that it's connection energy. Pain and hurt is connection energy. It's nothing different. It's not what we're telling ourselves it is. It's not something that's supposed to be stuffed down. It's not something that's supposed to be hidden. Your pain and your hurt are connection energy. I don't know if I could be any more clear than that. Your vulnerability is required for you to remember that that's what it is. When you hurt and you don't tell anyone, you usually come up with a story of how nobody was there for that hurt. And then you kind of don't see yourself abandoning your own hurt when you do that, but that's what that is. So Okay, cool. Oh, thanks, and Sharon. Yeah, follow us on there. Yeah, we've been on there, I think, almost 2 years, I think. We've been there for a while. So we get a lot of correspondence there. We of course love this platform. We're doing stuff on Instagram as well. So if you follow us on Instagram, it's our reinvent, I believe, on Instagram. And I believe Sherry does have a TikTok for us, and she does a lot of funny things to me over there, I think. I really haven't paid attention, but I always have her asking me to listen to what's said, and then I see her with the camera on me. So I don't know. So she has fun with that. Um, how are you guys feeling? You guys have any other things you guys want to talk about? Anything you want me to go into? Because we've been through quite a lot. Um, Today I listened to an album I hadn't listened to since my spiritual awakening. And I listened to it from the beginning to the end. And the album was really about my transformation. So it's really, it's really powerful in that way. And, oh, she might be back. Okay. I guess probably should check and see if she messaged. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. Sherry said, oh, hmm. Uh, okay. So Sherry said, I think she might have figured out. Um, so what was I talking about? Jesus. So she said she might be coming back. So that's what threw me off there. I feel like I knew that I wanted to really change my life. And I just didn't know how. But Brian McKnight came out with an album called Evolution of a Man. And from beginning to end of that album, every song seemed to be about something I was going through when that album came out. So it really kind of stuck with me. I think even when we had him planned to come to our union celebration and he couldn't do it. So he sent video and he sang us down the aisle and he sang our first song, but it was from the same album. And it's been quite powerful. So I listened to that today and I haven't done that before. So let's see here. Carrie said, my partner and I recently had a conversation about thoughts and feelings. His belief that thoughts precede feelings. What's your take on this? Well, considering that the first thing you ever learned was feeling, not thought, because when somebody held you after you were born, you paid attention to how that felt. Anytime you had an emotion up until that point, until you're about close to 1, 2 years old, everything you've been feeling was paid attention to. You were taught to think as a way to communicate with somebody. So I would still say that feeling is primary. It's the first form of communication you actually do have that ends up getting changed for thought. Your feelings matter more than your thoughts. When you hurt, your thoughts then do something to that feeling or show you your thoughts can't feel anything. Your thinking can't feel anything. Carrie, perfect way to do this is if you have a newborn baby, which I feel for some reason, I feel very strongly that that feels like something happening. Anyway, when you hold a baby's going to feel you holding them in their arms. They're going to look at you because they're feeling you. They can hear the audible sounds, but it's going to be more of a feeling thing that they feel because you're going to hold them gently. You're going to hold them tightly. You're going to show them something very, very powerful. That never leaves our body. We still need that even as we get older. The thing is, we are in our heads about what that feels like. Your head will never, ever be able to communicate your feelings because we're not taught that. You're taught to think. So you're made to think about your actions. You're made to think about other people. You're made to think about problems or things that are going on with you. You're never really, ever taught to feel. Your feelings are all about connection. Carrie, you can feel that. Nobody can take that from you. If you feel, men are very feeling creatures. Women are very feeling creatures. The way we feel things is similar but different. But the same feeling is in each person. The things that have happened to your feelings, you have thoughts about. Those thoughts have never let those feelings connect to another person in their feelings. That's why this connection is so hard to keep. It's so hard to have because people are in their heads about something they should be feeling, and their feelings have reactions and actions for how that feeling is there. Your mind won't let those actions show up. Your mind has been taught to do something different with your feelings. Here's how you want to look at this. Carrie, I think you go back and you ask this one simple question. You say, would you be okay if your thoughts were able to dictate your feelings? Because more times than not, that's going to say that's impossible. Your feelings always trigger the thought. It's never been your thoughts trigger the feeling. If you really pay attention, when you get hurt, you don't think about it first, you feel it first. So you might walk up to him and just smack him. I don't know. And see if he goes, hey, were you thinking about what I just did? Or did you feel that? Right? Because that's kind of the same thing. The feeling is what he's left with. Oh, this stings, right? But he's not thinking to himself, oh, yeah, I knew that that was going to cause me to have some discomfort. No, your mind doesn't have the capacity to embrace the feeling. Your mind has a way to react against the feeling. If you've ever felt love for someone, did your mind show you or teach you a way to express that love from the feeling? I guess that would be the question. Tyler said, I've been very into music lately, more than usual. It's always such a beautiful way to feel. Yeah, it is. We are music people, and we believe music has a way of helping us communicate sometimes to each other. It helped us a lot early on because we didn't really grasp the concept of, maybe we should figure out ways to communicate. But back then, if you were still in your head and you felt it and you could feel it in the song, you could feel it with each other. You could bring them into that feeling. Sometimes it's through the rhythm of it. It could be the words that they're choosing and how the words land, or even the flow of the words. But there's a feeling associated with it. So yeah, I believe it's a beautiful way to heal as well, Tyler. You can heal a lot through music. Um, Charlotte, could you maybe talk about people who don't believe in a soul or anything spiritual? Can they still be connected? Connection is the soul. I believe we've taken away from making it an individualized experience. Soul is a part of connection, and connection is all of soul. I feel like soul and connection is the same thing. There's a core feeling or core energy in you that makes you animate, that makes you experience the world. But that core feeling is attached to all core feelings. And those feelings are associated or landing inside of what could be known as connection. We're all connected. We're all connected. And we're all connected to water. Not one human being walking the planet is not connected to water. They are made up of water. They are water. They are water in motion. They are water that has a form of intelligence. And each individual intelligence could be soul, but it's water. Each water has its own shape. Each water has its own discipline. Each water has its own culture, community, race, color. However you want to look at it, it's all water. We're all connected to that very core thing. So soul is, we're a droplet of that very ocean that is our planet. I mean, there's no other way to see that other than that is the truth. We believe we came from outer space, but when we look at the water on our planet, which is 80% of our planet is water, why are we associated with that? Because there's a depth there that we're not paying attention to because that depth there is in us. You are the deepest part of the ocean. That's what your soul is. You're just out here experiencing it, trying to tell yourself it's something different. I did kind of go off on a rant there, but damn, that was deep. I really believe, Charlotte, that we are connected in a way that all of it does form to create just one large, big ocean inside of a universe that we don't realize our own importance yet. We don't realize our own ability to connect to each other yet. But what if we do? What if we figured that out? What if we figured out we are not what we think? We are more than what we think. And thinking has just kept us animalistic. I mean, animals probably look at us and go, we're nuts. And I don't know an animal that wouldn't. Human beings walk around choosing suffering. Animals don't do that. And don't get it wrong, we are animals. We just don't pay attention to it in a way that we've taken away from our own essence. Our essence is to connect. Our essence knows what connection is. That is your soul. So I hope that cleared it up a little bit there, Charlotte, but I believe that's kind of what we should pay attention to. Hello, Miss Church. So wonderful. How are things in Australia? You guys should be coming into spring, I think. Is it spring? You guys are spring now and summer during our winter, I believe. So, Teresa Gillian, and I love that song from Brian McKnight. Yeah, Brian is awesome. Carrie, that's hilarious. But yes, that's how I tried to explain it to him. Yeah, Kari, I mean, I really believe that if you really look at it, we all started off without thought. Um, Thoughts are something we were taught. Feeling was something we were born with. Even if you weren't born with hands or feet, or even if you were just born coming out and you weren't capable of learning thought, you could feel an entire life. Your feelings and their unlimited capacity is the one thing this connection is trying to break through into this world, let alone the person you're connected to. There's a whole world full of people who need connection, but they literally never say it. Thank you, Shannon. Um, we've you need connection more than you need somebody's thinking. You need connection. When do you let yourself have what you need? Uh, so I feel like we just need to reach that point, you know? I've been needing connection my whole life. And for the last 20 years, I've found a way to have it. I just didn't know it was possible. I don't think anybody knows it's possible. My birthday wish this year is that everybody on the planet finds connection and has connection because you need it. You need it more than you realize. You don't heal without connection. You don't love without connection. You don't live without connection. So if you just told yourself you need connection, all your other needs would come back too, because we are taught to abandon our own needs very early on. And it's hard to reclaim those needs, but you've needed connection your whole life. That's the one need that does not disappear from your life. People who say they want to be alone are the ones that need connection the most. And my birthday wish this year is that everybody finds connection. Everybody has connection. That's why I wanted to come on and just connect to you guys. It's been a lot. I listen and sit with people in pain. And it seems like they don't realize how lonely they were until they feel somebody there for their pain. And it's a joy to do that. It's exactly what I wanted to do, and it's exactly why I'm here. I know it is. And I'm fortunate to have a connection that wants me to be exactly who I want to be and supports it, even when it's hard to understand. I'm very lucky to have her, you guys. And I'm very lucky that you guys all stay connected to us through her illness. You guys have no idea what that means to me. See, vulnerability shouldn't be it. Mm. Ooh. Don't choose to be alone. Choose to let people in. And I know somebody needs to hear that. I think we all do. Choose to let somebody in. So, since nobody's asked for a card reading, how about if I just pull a card for everybody watching right now? Because I think we all could use that. Oh, you guys still with me? Hopefully I didn't get all too mushy on you. I just feel it. It's good to feel. All right. It would be nice to have a group psychological discussions with those of us who don't need to ask questions about their relationships, but rather go much deeper into the mechanics of this and brainstorm. I think it would be beautiful to do that and everybody come into the room with their feelings, a group of feelings where we can all not hide our feelings anymore because, that's connection. I think being in our heads has gotten us into the messes we're in. Some of the best relationships suffer without connection. Connection is letting your feelings flow. Relationship isn't. We created relationship reinvented to kind of reinvent what connection means to relationship. As your relationship flourishes when there's connection. So I'm going to pull a card for everybody and then sending hugs, Lee. It is a beautiful thing when you feel connection and grateful for it. Thank you, Angela. And Charlotte, so grateful to you and Sherry and what you have done for connection. We're not going to stop. We don't have it in us now. We've seen what it's done. I mean, it saved her life. It saved my life. Saved her life. Saved my life. Thing is when you become, it's almost like you feel immortal in connection. Like it goes on. You don't miss life. If you believe to connection in your core. Thank you, Julie. And I believe it. I think we and her at this point both believe it so deeply. We know that it's forever. Connection is the infinite energy everybody's looking for, but nobody's realizing that they're one and the same. The truth is, connection is the only thing that's infinite, whether we're in this form or in another. True that. I love everything about connection and connecting. Yeah, thank you, Shan. So let's pull this card for everybody here. And place setting 37. Wow, wait a minute. Didn't I pull a 36 card? Now I pulled a 37 just randomly. And this is for everybody in the room. So place setting is 37. It's interesting. Never done that before. Pulled a 36. I guess I should play the lottery, huh? Pulling cards that fast. All right. Place setting. Your mind's default settings are playing a very active role in your manifestations, whether you intend that or not. When you're not actively in someone else's energy or you're not actively doing something you're focused on, when you're just being you, what is the story that is just sort of running in the background? If your energy is not engaged or focused, and it's instead just sort of in this neutral default state, it is drawing in things that are not intentional by default. It's important right now that everything you draw in is intentional. So let's just say the word connection then. This does not mean that your vibration has to be immaculate or that your energy has to be spotless, that your thoughts have to be completely aligned. It just means that when you notice that you're having unconscious thoughts which will show up as vague mental or emotional discomfort. It is time to stop and become aware. You do that by just asking yourself, are these things that are kind of looping in my head actually true? Challenge those thoughts. Next, remember to choose and re-choose what you're going to align with bringing in. If there are feelings to feel, feel them. If you are in a place where it feels impossible to focus on the good, that's fine. Feel the feelings. Don't resist them. Honor where you are. That's part of your manifestation. You want to be able to be honored in what you feel and who you are in your experience. Do that for yourself. That will soon draw in other soul connections that also honor you and hear you. Just notice when you're in neutral and plug in. Wow, that's a whole card for everybody. Whew. It's interesting how it does that. I'm sitting here talking about how your feelings are so important. And they are. It's just your thinking doesn't let them become important to other people. What if you just changed that one thing in your life? If you made your feelings important to the people who want to know how you feel, because there are people who want to know how you feel. There are people who don't necessarily mind what you think. So I don't mind if you feel, because feeling doesn't require your mind. It requires feeling. You have to ask yourself what's more powerful in connection, your thinking or your feelings. You don't need anybody to tell you that. You already know that inside yourself. Only you know what your feelings are, and only you are the one who can share those feelings to another person. You can't tell somebody you love them and then hide your feelings. That's not real. There's nothing about that that tells that person you love them. They literally feel rejected by you if you don't tell them your feelings. It's not rocket science, but it is something that you can change. You can change in an instant. Do you feel like love is something you honor? Honor is something you love. I guess you get to choose that too. So that was a card for everybody. Thank you, Julie. Sharon, yes. Hugs. Thank you, Hugs. Good to see you. 1222. Happy birthday, Lee. And thank you, Angela. So yeah. Thank you guys for being here. And what did I get here? $1.25 from Twin Flame Soul. Okay, you get a card pull. Let's see what we're gonna pull for you. Dollar. I think all said and done, I get $1.19. Thank you. Well, PayPal fees are 6 cents. It's funny how they do that. They took 6 cents. But PayPal makes a lot of money, don't they? Can you imagine taking 6 cents out of everything that goes through PayPal? So thank you. So let's pull a card for Twin Soul Flame. All right, Twin Soul Flame, here's your card pool. All right, and the feeling is this one. Soul Sovereignty. This is your card, and it's planetary. Seems universal. So you guys are not going to believe the number of this card. You're not going to believe it. So remember, I pulled a card for myself at 36. I pulled a card for everybody who's in here. That card was 37. Do you realize this card is 35, 35, 36, 37? Who does that? What kind of a day am I having? Oh, a present moment one. That makes sense. It has to surround 36 because I was very present. Love it when it gets that simple. 35 it is. Soul Sovereignty, and this is for Twin Soul Flame. All right. You may be a recovering people pleaser, someone who is hypervigilant about other people's energies or very much affected by other people's energies. Your message is that other people no longer have power over you. You are now at a point on your soul journey where the tipping point of your soul sovereignty, your personal authority, has reached the place where spirit and your own higher self and your soul path have all the power. Other people hold none. Of course, this is something you need to be in alignment with, to agree with. But if you do this on an energetic level, and then you train your thoughts to be in agreement with that, you will find proof that other people no longer have power over your path, your energy, or your thoughts. And this means you don't have to spend energy any longer trying to subtly manipulate them to stay safe through people pleasing or trying to predict what others are going to do or what they are thinking. Your new mantra is, other people hold no power over me. It is safe for me to be fully me. If this card was pulled for you, look at ways you may have been a people pleaser or highly affected by other people's energies throughout your life. Embrace that other people no longer have power over you. Train your thoughts to be in agreement with this energetic shift into personal sovereignty. Use the mantra, other people hold no power over me. It is safe for me to be fully me. So there you go. That is for Soul Flame Twin. That's a pretty powerful card. I liked it. All right. So thank you, D. Melson and Julie MT. Oh, and Angela said, thank you, Lee, by the way. All good timing. Needed this video right now as a gentle reminder. Well, you're welcome, Angela. It's good to be, it's a very peaceful experience being vulnerable. You don't really make things into a problem. Your vulnerability is your key to your healing. You'll know that you're healing when you're completely vulnerable and not telling yourself you need boundaries or you need to protect or you need to keep yourself safe. That's how you lose connection to your vulnerability. Lee, I'm so honest to my twin, but he still ghosted and abandoned me. I don't understand why. Well, question is, are being honest and being truthful the same thing? Do you believe that being honest or being truthful, do you believe they are the same thing? Oh, you know what? I can invite you guys in here. I didn't even think about that. If you guys want to come join me in my little birthday Zoom, there's the link. Feel free. I'll let you in and we can just shoot the crap. Yeah. So my question, Molson, was, is honesty the same thing as truth to you? Okay. Honesty implies the truth. You can be honest, but you can omit parts of the truth, which isn't the truth. So until you tell truth, when you feel ghost, actually, here's a good way to answer this. When have you ever trusted connection to stay with you, D. Molson? When did you ever trust someone you felt a connection to? When did you ever tell yourself that that connection would stay with you? Has that ever been something you consciously do? You actually tell yourself you can have connection. Anybody want to join? Feel free to join. I did post the link. I have found that honesty and the truth are not the same thing. I find out that they're both. So, and everybody has that experience. On the inside, you can be honest with that person, but you can leave out one tiny detail and you turn the whole thing into a lie without seeing that honesty is dangerous. Truth isn't. Before not, but now I am. So before you used to tell yourself you didn't believe connection was something you could have. How did you tell your twin that very thing. How did you tell your twin you didn't know how to trust connection? Or you didn't believe connection was going to stay with you? The reason you're ghosted and the reason you're abandoned is because you've had that experience before in your life. It could be a parental figure who didn't show up for you. It could be either mom or an absent father or an absent mother, or it could be one or the other, or they could be present but still be absent. So what that means is at some point in your early teen years, did you feel like if you got hurt, which parent could you go to? Could you go to mom or could you go to dad? Yay, I have visitor. Yay. Hi, Charlotte. You don't even have to come on. You can turn on your mic if you'd like. Neither. So when you had hurt in your teen years, you didn't have a woman you're connected to or a man you're connected to show up for that hurt. So the ghosting of what's happening in that space is they're giving you what was done. You're giving your twin what was done to you. So you don't let him in for either your pain or your hurt. And this has caused them to ghost you because you've been ghosting that pain and hurt that you didn't have when you were a teen. It's really hard to see that, but ask yourself a question. When you were that age and you couldn't trust a woman you're connected to or a man you're connected to be there for what you were feeling, why would you ever let somebody you fall in love with be there for that feeling? You wouldn't. That pain and all that hurt that you stuffed back then now has a mind of its own. And this is why thinking, Kari, goes back to that feeling and thinking question you asked. It points to why that happens. It points to why you can't have both. So you ended up stuffing and doing that to your own pain. So they're going to give you, if it's a twin, they're going to mirror what you do to your pain that you're doing to yourself. So if you learned how to ghost and abandon your own pain, you're teaching them to ghost and abandon you because that's what you've been doing to your pain. So they're going to keep doing that to you till you stop doing that. So if you let people you're connected to show up for your pain and your hurt, and you don't ghost them and you let them in and let them know what you're feeling and let them know what you need in your feeling, you'll change connection and its path. So anything that was disconnected becomes reconnected. It's almost like we can't see that because we're not looking through the eyes of connection. And I know I'm making it sound simple, and I know it's not simple. There's a lot of pain involved, especially a lot of pain that got stuffed over years. Hi, Charlotte. I can't hear you. I think you're muted. I think I can ask you to unmute. Let's see if that works.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Have you
How
been
are
doing?
you? Oh my gosh, I've seen you in so long. How you been?
I'm okay. I'm so happy that I caught you today. I was thinking a couple of days ago, I'm sure it's Lee's birthday around now.
Yeah. Wow. So you've traveled. You're not even on the side of the earth. You're still out there? You still
I
in
am now in Montana, Yellowstone National Park, actually. I'm just outside of Yellowstone.
Whoa, you're in the States.
Yes.
You dropped that. Weren't you in Canada?
Yeah, I get about.
Okay, and so now you're in the States. You're in Montana. Wow. Wow,
Yeah.
Yellowstone. Wow. That is amazing. So it looks gorgeous there. Man, you could tell though it was in the drought because yeah, that heat we had this summer was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, today it's suddenly gone cold. We've got a storm brewing, apparently.
Yep. Yeah. We had 30-degree weather yesterday, but 2 days before it was 80 degrees. So yeah, it was huge shifts.
Yep. I'm feeling it.
Yeah. So how are you staying connected to yourself these days?
Well, Lee, you know I've been in touch with you recently. Sometimes I just need pointing in the right direction.
It really takes somebody willing not let you run from the pain you're running from, you know?
Yeah.
And, it's
Well,
really it's easy to do
sorry.
that. It's easy to
Yeah.
do that. When you get around people you love, you don't want to burden them with your pain, not realizing you need that connection. But you
Yeah.
you get in the habit of practicing that, then you wonder why you can't have connection. You know what I mean?
Habits, they die hard, don't they?
Yeah, and you need somebody who's going to help you fight that, and it's hard to fight that if you don't know where to look, you know?
Yeah.
That's
I
the
know, and I
biggest
find
thing about it.
sometimes that I do disconnect, and then I connect again, and then I disconnect again, and then I connect again.
So, are you finding that every time you disconnect, it's because of pain that you've stuffed before?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
it has different faces. It comes up differently, but it
yeah,
comes up.
it comes up. But once you bring it up, what's love like when you receive it in that space? It's different. It's more, you don't have that same feeling. You find that you start to collect them over a period of time, and then a whole bunch of
Mhm.
love comes out of you. Love that you didn't even know you could have.
Yeah.
But you need your pain for that. You just don't realize you need your pain for your love. Most people believe that they can just get rid of their pain, heal their pain, and it'll go away, and now they can love. They don't realize that love is inside of the pain. And the love, the deeper you go in the pain, the more love you're going to find. It's almost like we're brainwashed into believing that's not real.
Yeah. I notice it in conflict with my boyfriend. I get upset, I close down, and when I close down, it like there's an obvious disconnect between us.
Hmm.
And then at some point, one of us will just crack and we'll be like, "Oh, we can't do this anymore. Let's stop fighting." Like,
It is like
but in
that.
those moments, we're closer than ever because whatever it is that's triggered one of us, like it has to be brought to the surface in order to heal and to reconnect. So it's a little bit of a journey, and I don't get it right all the time.
Yeah. Well, that's part of the beauty of the journey, though. It's not about
Yeah.
getting it right, it's about getting it connected. I mean, if we
Yeah.
focused more on what connects and what doesn't, instead of right and wrong, we'd have more love just in general as a human being. But you got to make it a point to say, I'd rather be connected than be right, because being right is a disconnect, you
Yeah.
know? If
I
you've ever
find it
noticed,
hard.
when you're really
It's
right about something, how disconnected does it feel inside? It doesn't feel very good.
no,
No.
no.
Um,
Like
listen,
I can tell that my mind gets truly activated at times, and then there's a stillness in me that can acknowledge that that's just my mind, and my mind's
what do
just
you what do you love about your mind when it does that?
I don't love it when it does that. That's when I get into a place of disconnect, and um
Who gets to love you through that?
sometimes no one, sometimes I won't let anyone.
Did you notice you said sometimes?
Yeah,
Yeah, let sometimes go. You and sometimes don't even like each other.
I know.
So why don't you just choose not anymore? Because at some point you got to ask yourself, if I go to my head and my head is doing this to me, can everybody in the room feel it? Everybody I love feel it. And then
I know that they can.
would they feel
Yeah,
connected or rejected by you? And is that how you want them to experience you?
I know for a fact they feel rejected because it's a pattern that I had observed, and I've noticed it. I noticed it in my own father. That comes up quite a lot. I close off from him, and
Yeah.
then he closes off from me.
Hmm.
And sometimes I think, that's interesting because I closed the door, but I'm looking at him and saying he closed the door.
That's how it works, right? Our thought processes is that Dave said something for us to close the door, and now I got to blame them that they closed off. And really, they were just being truthful, and the way that you interpreted it, judgment got involved. And
Yeah,
once you start judging, you activates your own internal judgment of yourself. And now you have to be right. So it's almost like you don't even see how many steps or stages you get to before you find your disconnect. But your disconnect is always happening. It's just even when it calms down, your piece of experiencing your disconnect is what's important. Because you have to remember, you're still talking to a child who was taught to think like that.
In me and in the people I'm connected to, they've still got that child, haven't they?
You start finding their children when you start connecting to your own. Because
Yeah.
if you think about her, who actually got to love her, Charlotte, who actually got to be there when she was hurting? If you
Deep,
didn't get
isn't it?
it is deep, but if you notice when you feel it, and then you say, have I surrounded you with all of these thoughts to tell you nobody loves you? That wasn't your fault. And let her out, because she's going to sit there and feel it, and it's not going to feel very good. She needs connection. Nobody looking for her doesn't make sense to connection. But nobody's looking for her because who hides her? So if you're sitting there and she's getting infected with thought, who gets to connect and love her through that? That's the truth. She needs connection. And we all have that inside. It's when we're not paying attention to that that we lose who we really are, to our core essence, our ability to soul, our ability to connect. You're not what you think. You never will be. You're more than that. You can feel the truth in that. And I don't have to show that truth. You already feel it. Your feelings are expansive. Your feelings are how you connect. When do you trust your feelings? When do your feelings trust you? That girl in there, when she's surrounded by thought, say, does this feel very good to you?
Hmm.
And see what she says. If she says no, then say, let's go get somebody to hold us then. And we can just say out loud everything that we don't want to hear our head say. Right? The
Right.
profound experience of that in itself, that is the healing experience of connection. What we're doing is saying, I'm going to go do some work. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go do that. But where have you found healing? Healing is going to come from feeling. It's not going to come from your thoughts. But your thoughts won't even lead you back to your feelings because it itself was never trained to heal anything.
Yeah.
You don't need to work on yourself. You just need to let
Hmm.
yourself have connection. It's a difference. Huge
Oh,
difference.
there is a huge difference. I've noticed I've worked on myself and I've got nothing from it. I've not felt any better. I just feel like when you say you need work, you're looking at that child and saying, you're not good enough.
There it is.
Yeah.
You
It's
know how
deep.
many you know how many people on the planet have no idea to even point that way when they say that, when they're saying it's because I'm not good enough, or they don't think I'm good enough, or they don't think I'm enough, or they don't, when they're doing that, they don't see that there is a child in them who has to feel and absorb that, and nobody's allowed to hold that child. And that child, that's what that child needs more than anything. Because if a
Yeah.
child is taught to look up and see that their worth was something that can be measured in thought, then their feelings go without connection for far too long. And they will run around trying to feel something from somebody. And most of the time it turns into something that they didn't even want to feel. People don't know how to heal even those things. Our bodies don't betray us. We betray our bodies.
Mm.
In connection, that's the golden rule. Don't let yourself sit in something that isn't the truth. That's your vulnerability. Your vulnerability is to feel everything. We need that. We need
I
each
feel
other,
everything you're saying.
right? So good to see you.
Thank you. And you.
Yeah. And never disconnect from your pain. You realize that, right? Here's how you know. When something painful comes up, do you hear my voice? That's your own internal healer using my voice to speak to you differently. Your own internal wisdom. You can change the voice to you now. You're a gift. We're all a gift. We just don't even know how to access that part of ourselves to show ourselves that. So let your internal healer have the voice of you, right? She's
Yeah.
allowed. It was just a way for you to find a way to bridge to your own pain.
Mm-hmm.
I have to bring up your pain to connect to it, because once you do that, you activate the healer in you. Remember, we were children with pain, and we healed really fast because we were connected to that pain. We weren't abandoning it. We weren't hiding it. We were letting connection occur. You were kind of had some things happen to you. Every child does,
Yeah.
where some pain starts to get hidden. Then all of it after a period of time. If you find the pain, you find the child. The child is not in pain. The child is healing the pain. While you get to have your life, your internal child is doing just that. This spiritual connection, the truth about it, is the vulnerability of it. We can't control any of this. We can be now, and that's it. And everything that's happened to you happened in the now. Never happened in the past. It didn't happen in the future. You're the product of that, but you're also the truth of it. Let somebody love your truth.
Oh, I'm going to. I'm doing it.
Yeah, you have a motor for that. I'm looking at you. You always are running towards nature, not away from it.
Look at this,
I
Lee.
know. I'm looking. Jesus Christ. Now, people don't know the other views you've shown me, but even where you started from to where you are is wow. Wow, Charlotte.
I love nature. Nature's beautiful. It takes my breath away, and in that moment, you can only be present.
Yeah.
Everything else fades away, and you're just absolutely astounded by how beautiful life is. And that encompasses joy, pain, just jealousy, anger, like absolutely everything.
Mm.
And that's just life.
It
And
is.
it's all amazing.
It's all vulnerable. The
Yeah.
weather's what our vulnerability looks like if we just let it be. It is. So let's see what we got people saying here. He said, I come tomorrow, and then he doesn't show up, and then I call him and he doesn't pick up the phone. So he abandons you real time. Um, oh, Venus said, yes, you don't let me run, and I need that. It's easy to run from your pain. If you'll know when you found a healer. You will know when you found somebody who wants you to have connection. They're not going to let you run from your pain. They're not going to tell you to ignore your pain. They're not going to tell you to hide your pain. They're going to tell you to do exactly the opposite of that. That's what a healer does. They can't heal what they don't connect to. The only way to heal is through connection. There's no greater truth than that. And even if you say it to yourself, can I heal without connection? You can hear your own truth. Nobody has to tell you. So look for that. He said, or thoughts on growing out of repetitive cycles. When I met my unfavorable situations, when I met with unfavorable situations, or if I've not met with the magnitude of love I know I can experience with someone, I leave, run away. Vanessa, here's the quick fix. Stop leaving yourself. The magnitude of love that you have within yourself can meet all of the expectations you need to meet within yourself. And then outside of you, it will be drawn to you the same way. But if you're going in expecting them to give you an unfavorable, or they're trying to give you a magnitude or a level of love, if you're expecting them to give you something you don't give yourself, there's no space for them to give it to you. So they're going to back away from you just by that alone. It's like you have to pay attention to what's in the middle. Through the eyes without judgment and connection, if you have expectations, connection doesn't know what that is. It's going to give you what you've always gotten in connection. And if you told yourself you never got connection, it's going to give you that disconnect repeatedly. So you're going to keep drawing into yourself what you didn't realize you're thinking. Simple way to do this. If you're going into something and you tell yourself, I want to love everybody in there and I want them to feel my love. But if you're going in there saying, well, if they don't give me love when I walk in that room, I'm leaving, or I'm not going to stay there, or I'm going to turn the situation into hell. That's kind of what our mode has currently been, because that's what we're raised in. In the environment, even, you look at in society, you look at even just going on in social media, you can see people who have energy that attracts like energy. Excuse me. But what you're not paying attention to is what your own energy is attracting. If you believe someone is not going to love the real you, do you think that you let the real you out? See, even Charlotte shook her head no. So there's a feeling on the inside of you that automatically tells you your answer. Your body always tells the truth. Your mind is always honest. So your body is always going to tell you the truth. If you feel pain and you're not open, that pain is going to continue. If you have pain and you close it down, you're going to suffer and you're going to make the people around you suffer. You're teaching them how to abandon you. Then when they leave you, you're wondering why they left when you've been abandoning your pain and not letting them love you in it. You didn't let them love you in it because you're not loving yourself in your own pain. How can you heal if you're not doing that? If you don't let your pain out and let people know how you feel and what you think, how can anybody connect to you? What's the trick then? What do you believe? Do you believe you can have what you expect if you don't tell the people that you're going to see what you expect? If you go in there hiding your expectations, you're going to be met with what you expected in the worst case. Don't be upset about that. You are going to be right. That's when it's going to hurt the most, is that you were right. When do you ever let yourself be wrong? I practice that every day. I love to be wrong. I love to be wrong. I love it, love it, love it. It feels great to be wrong, because this, if it believes just for 1 second it can be right about something, it decimates my feelings. The feeling of being wrong is free. Once you're wrong, you have nothing to prove. The proof, you don't have to go and say, well, I was right about being wrong, and it feels good. But it does feel good. Have you ever gone into a situation not knowing you were going to be loved, then got loved? It felt good because you didn't know what you were going into it with. You were being present. Not knowing is the best knowing you can have. Stop trying to convince yourself you know it all. You know nothing. Love the fact that you know nothing, because then you want to learn everything. What better way to have connection if you're learning all the time? Not knowing is how you get there. You don't need to know why you were hurt. Just know that you're hurt, and know that you can be loved through that hurt. The fact that you don't believe that is you hurting yourself in the same way. Who's that for? Who gets to love you or feel any love from you if you're doing that to you? Hmm. I love preaching. My grandfather was a preacher, can you tell? I never met him. He died before I was born. Mom was pregnant with me when he passed. And then my grandma shortly thereafter. So yeah, it's different. I guess there's preachers on both sides of the family though. So, but I don't like to preach. I like to speak the truth. I like to connect. I used to live a life of disconnection, you know, hiding what I felt, never sharing what I thought. That never got me loved, and it's not going to get you loved. So why do it? Who are you doing it for? I'm doing it because I don't want to hurt the people I love. You're hurting by yourself and you don't think that hurts them. That makes no sense. Make sense of that. Make sense out of not letting them be there for you when you're hurting or in pain. Make sense of that and then tell yourself that you love them. Does that make sense to you? How can it? How can that actually make sense? It doesn't make sense in connection. If you feel a connection to someone and you don't tell them about your feelings and your thoughts, do you think they broke the connection or you did? I could do this all day. The trap of the mind is the worst trap. There's no peace in it. There's no presence in it. There's no now in it. When she was diagnosed with that disease, stage 4, and I sat down and was listening, I was so present. And I didn't feel her feelings there. And I said, where are your feelings in this? We got to stay connected to them. That's how we get through it. You cannot have connection without feelings. When we're young, things happen to our feelings, things that are beyond our control, beyond our parents' control, beyond everybody's control. And when those feelings happen and nobody really sits down and asks you how you felt about it, why would you trust connection after that? What would you get from it? 55 years in, I realized something very important. Your feelings are so, so, so important. Anybody telling you that your pain is because of another person, it isn't. That pain needs connection. You need to open up that pain and let somebody connect to you. You are allowed to heal. You will not heal closing yourself down, hiding your thoughts, hiding your pain, hiding how you really feel. Don't tell somebody you love them if you're capable of doing that. You're not even loving yourself to love them. There's no greater truth. That is the absolute truth, and that's what a twin flame is. You would be telling that truth. You'd be speaking from that way. There is no judgment. There's connection. That's it. You either have connection or you stay in judgment, disconnected, telling people who people are to them, who people are to each other. Makes no sense. It never will. And it doesn't feel good when it happens. People need to feel what they feel, and they need to do so freely. You shouldn't have to pay for somebody to feel you. The issue with that is the energy that's out there only understands connection for connection. They don't understand deep connection to deep connection because your pain is required. No. Oh, we're all online. Sherry's like, you're in session. I'm like, no, just over here preaching. Everybody. I'm just right on around. Well, Charlotte came in.
I heard
Charlotte.
I heard you laugh or yelling, and I was like, who are you yelling?
Charlotte.
Hi, Charlotte.
She's, you know, she's in Montana. She's in Montana. She went,
Montana.
where'd you start? You started in,
Hello, like
you
to
went,
hear Sherry. And
Oh,
we're
I love
matching.
it. Oh, look at you. Look at you all layered up like me.
Oh, it's nippy.
Birthday. Thank you for the happy birthday. Vanessa, thank
Oh,
you,
you're
Lee.
still
I-
live?
that reminder. Angela sent the $1.25 PayPal from UK, Scotland. Oh, thank you, Angela. And I hope you got that was Twin Soul Flame. I believe and I hope you got that card. So I pulled 3 cards. I pulled a card for everybody. I pulled a card for myself,
Mhm.
and I pulled a card for the room. I pulled the 36 card. The
Yeah.
next card I pulled was the 37 card.
Oh,
And
wow.
then I pulled a card for Twin Flame, and it was the 35 card.
Wow. Yeah.
That happened.
Come here. Hi, Mike.
It was a good
There's
birthday present.
Big Mike, everybody. Big Mike.
Oh, hi, buddy. Yes, we're 2 old
Hi,
men.
buddy. Oh, Big Mike. Everybody loves you.
So, no, we were just talking
Craig.
connection. And Charlotte, I
We like you
probably
too,
went,
Craig.
did I go like channeled a lot, didn't I? I probably got so. But it was
Yeah,
probably,
but we were all there for it, Lee. Just absorbing it.
it wasn't too much, was it?
You're never too much.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, me too much. Was that too much? Well, I think.
Huh?
Well, I thought I said it's like you gotta yin and yang it.
Yeah.
We really do. And the beautiful experience of connection and the yin and the yang experience is everything has its opposite.
What were these guys barking at?
Was they barking?
Yeah, earlier. Okay.
Did they bark?
Yeah, I heard them barking.
I didn't hear. They must have been outside.
Okay.
Do you have the doggy door out?
Doggy doors up.
Well, I don't know what they were barking. Cameron came in and then he left. Right?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So we're caught back up. How was your session? Was it good? It was good. Yeah. Awesome. So,
Great.
thank you guys. Definitely,
I
yeah,
understand
watch it
doing
back
sessions
later. That
too.
was a very powerful thing. We were just talking connection, but we've been talking about repetitive cycles, thoughts on growing out of repetitive cycles.
Mm.
So I gave my 2 cents, which I know you got some. And this is from
Repetitive
Vanessa.
cycles, I don't have
She
those.
says, when I'm met with unfavorable situations, or if I'm not met with the magnitude of love I know I can experience with someone, I leave, run away.
Oh.
And I said, well, that usually happens because you went into it with expectations without telling the other person the expectations. They met you with, I don't know, but I feel like something's going to be expected. So they go in with a wall up.
Right.
It's hard to see that because your mind doesn't let you know that's what's going to happen. If you don't tell them what you're feeling, they are not going to be open in that space.
Right.
You
No,
know,
I get that.
people believe that their feelings aren't that important, but your feelings are. Lee, your voice is so gentle. Can you create a video? Too much. No, no, Lee, never.
I
Say
have
not.
I have heard Lee's not gentle voice
I have a voice for everything.
a lot.
I realized I have range in my voice.
Oh, he's got range.
I got range. I can do.
He
I
can
can
go really high,
I can go really high,
really low.
and then I can go really low, and then I can go low, low. Then I can go low. Right? I can go, but I realized that changing the frequency of my voice does something for different types of pain.
When you raise your voice, it does something for mine.
Well, when you feel another person's pain, you can feel their screech or their tone. We don't see it as that way, but it is a frequency. It's a
Are you
vibration.
insinuating I have a tone? Do I have a tone? No.
A whole lot.
I digress.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
But it's all love. It's all
Yeah,
love.
it is.
Let's see.
Are you reading the comments on your phone because you can't see them on the computer?
No, there was actually, I was
Oh, I was
looking.
gonna
we
say
got-
because it's your birthday. I
No,
understand if
we
your
got-
eyesight's getting bad.
No, we had got a $1.35. I was just
It is his birthday.
So,
So,
yeah.
if your eyesight's failing you today, it's fine.
Well, eyesight, it has
You're a
been,
whole year older from last year.
yeah, true. So, like a meditation video or something. Anyway, back to work.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll do something. I guess I could do.
Did you tell them about the retreats? We're coming to you or you're coming to us.
You can give that up. I've been just kind of flowing.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear what Sherry's input is on my current situation.
Oh, what is that current situation?
That's from Pursue You Coaching. Miss
Yeah.
Megan, isn't it? She'd like to hear. Oh, thank you,
I
kitty
need to
cat.
know what it is.
Her current situation, what is, you
Did
can
you-
come
did
in,
you- Did you
pursue
leave it up?
you. I put the link to the Zoom room
What
if
if
you'd
she
like to
doesn't
come in.
want to come in?
If you don't have to come in, but if you want to come
I
in,
already know
just
what you look like though.
give
And you're
Sherry
so
the
cute.
synopsis. Sherry will give it to you.
Yeah. Yeah, tell me
She's
what's
in
up.
Montana.
Montana.
Where at in Montana are you?
Me?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just absorbed in nature for a moment.
But where in Montana are you?
I'm at West Yellowstone.
Wow.
So we went into Yellowstone yesterday and we went to see some amazing sights. But there's no campgrounds that we could stay in, so we came back out of West Yellowstone. We're going to probably ride the storm out here and then go back in a couple of days to finish exploring. It is the most wow thing I have ever seen.
Wow.
It was incredible. The
And
animals, the
Montana,
nature, the
huh?
hot springs, everything.
We will come to Montana. Any of you want us to come to Montana? We're coming. Just let us know.
I actually am going to have to go now because my battery is about to die and I need to navigate my way back to our truck.
Thank you so much for joining,
Yes,
Charlotte.
for
It's so
sure.
wonderful to see you, and we'll talk soon.
Yes, thank
I'm
you.
reading-
Bye-bye, both of you, and happy
Bye,
birthday,
Charlotte.
lady.
I'm reading the comments here and I'm trying to figure it out.
Oh,
At work right now and she can't get onto Zoom. Bye, Charlotte. So she's at work and can't get onto Zoom. So
that's fine.
can I
So,
get a brief synopsis?
Brief synopsis. Do I give a brief? Can I give a brief synopsis?
You
How
cannot.
about I have to do it this way?
You can,
All right.
but
So
it's
if
not likely.
you know how like when we came in our connection and you kind of held yourself back from me knowing your spiritual gifts, just parts
Yes.
of yourself you just weren't really opening up about.
Yes.
And even if you did, it came kind of brash.
Uh-huh.
Do you think that pulled me closer, pushed me away?
It pushed you away.
Okay. Do you think that if I just got up, when I got up and left, did you think I was abandoning you, or did you feel like you pushed me away?
No, I felt like you were abandoning me.
But it was realistically though,
For sure, I was pushing you away.
yeah, okay. Right.
Yeah.
So that's what her thoughts
that
would
what's
probably be
happening?
about something like
Is
that.
that what's going on?
Thank you, Kamisha.
Who's back here? What do you want? Mike.
It's Mike.
Mike is wanting to be seen today. Hi, buddy.
It's
I know.
Daddy's birthday.
It's Daddy's birthday. I know.
Oh, big buddy. Thank you. He didn't even burp in my face. He would have burped. He would sure as hell burped in your
I
face if
know.
he had a chance.
Oh, no,
Um,
he's a good boy.
Well, you missed a piece of. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go back.
Craig.
Craig.
Craig's
Craig.
Craig's under the table because he can't stand that we're petting
Craig.
on Mike.
Go back. Go.
Go on, buddy.
Come on. Come on. Get back,
We're being
get back,
attacked
get
by
back, get back,
our
get back.
animal.
All right. So let's see. You missed a piece. So let's go back up here and see
Okay.
what I missed.
Oh boy.
And this was from D. Wilson. He said, I can come tomorrow and that he doesn't show up, and then I call him and he doesn't pick up the phone.
What? Slow down, huh?
This was D. Mawson.
Okay.
He said, I come home tomorrow and then he doesn't show up, and then I call him and he doesn't pick up the phone.
Oh.
And then came down to, well, you missed a piece from what I wrote. I said I did that before, but now I changed that and I'm honest and vulnerable about my feelings, but I still get the same result. I don't understand why. Because you said honest and vulnerable. You separated them. Vulnerable doesn't have honesty, it has truth. So, especially when it came to about your feelings. So your mind's idea of what your feelings are, how is that actually telling this person you actually, would you say that your thoughts let your behavior show love to the person you're connected to? Does your thinking create actions that show the person you're connected to you love them?
Okay. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now what's Perseus saying? I need to catch
Is
up
that
with-
what you were referring to when you're talking about told him? Yeah. Oh, is when you tell somebody something, is it the same to you as sharing with somebody?
No.
Okay.
No.
So, but when you come into it and you're like, well, I told him
Well,
and I told him,
I told
and
you to do
told
the
him,
laundry versus, hey, do you think you can help me out and do the laundry?
or, hey, I'm running into some things. Would you mind giving me a hand?
Yeah.
Right? Sharing
Yeah.
is like a different
Yeah.
kind of energy. the feeling of
different than-
sharing is
can
very,
you-
it's different.
Will you fucking do the laundry today?
Right. It's I told you, and I
Fucking do
told you,
laundry.
and when I told you, it's like
Yeah.
you can take when you're saying I tell somebody something
Mhm.
isn't the same as I share with somebody.
Yeah,
something.
for sure.
Telling is different than sharing
For sure.
because sharing has an openness that says I want a two-part thing.
Uh-huh.
Telling means it's just one-sided. You just got ran
For
over.
sure. For
So
sure.
I like to share with you. I don't like to
Mhm.
tell you things.
Mhm.
Did that make sense? Pursue you. I think I do. So I believe that D. Molson said, um, so thinking, you're saying it produces actions that show people you love them. When has your thinking ever made somebody feel like you love them?
Mm.
That's a good way to put it. Because I need to know if thinking to you is love or if feeling to you is love. Thinking crossing over into feeling, where would you have been learned that? Who would have taught you that? Who would have taught you that thinking is love and feeling isn't?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because thinking doesn't produce actions that know what love is.
Right.
Feeling produces actions that know what love is. Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes perfect sense. Makes sense to me.
Is there a way for that to be different?
Mhm.
Is that not accurate? I mean, is that not a core truth?
I believe it is.
Is love a feeling to you, D. Molson, or is love thought to you?
Oh, that's brutal.
It's the truth.
Yeah,
But you don't heal without knowing that truth.
for sure.
Do you?
So, but you have to really
Feel into that.
yeah,
You have to really
you
feel
have
into
to
it.
feel all the way into
You
this,
feel into it, then you feel what love
for
is.
sure.
Your thought going into love says, I can't have. Oh, I can't have that. Every once in a while, I get that a feeling. Right. So I think I do isn't I feel I am.
Mm,
So I feel I am is love. I think I am isn't.
isn't.
The one points to disconnect, the other points to connect.
Right.
Right? That would be how, if you looked at it through a Metatron cube,
Mhm.
that's what it would feel like.
Mhm.
You know that you can stay inside of the lines if you're in the feeling. You'll fall outside of the lines if you go to thought. It's almost like you don't realize that's the tightrope you're on.
Thoughts take you on vacation.
Thoughts are the vacation.
Yeah. Take you there away from and disconnect you. Disconnect.
Yes. Yeah, it makes sense. Saying something in a word vomit way has the energy of told. Sherry, I also made a post in the group about the situation. It's kind of ranty and it might be hard to understand though.
Okay.
Is it
I'm gonna
okay?
go-
Is it okay if we read it?
I'm gonna
I'll
go
read
find
it.
it.
Well, I'll read
Oh,
it.
you're
I
gonna
can,
find it?
yeah. I believe I did ask her a question.
Did you tell him about the retreats?
I didn't get the chance to go back over that. No, I said you just brought it back up, so let's get ready to go back into
It's
that.
important.
Okay. The retreats.
Yeah.
Are you ready
Well,
to
let's
heal
find
what
this.
you're feeling?
Yeah.
The retreats.
If you're
are about
tired,
that.
if you're done with it, you're over it. Can't take it no more. No matter what it is. Right? Could be her, could be him.
Mhm.
You know who I'm talking about.
Mhm.
Could be her, could be him. I don't know. But we're gonna find out. We, him and I, will come to you. Not to your home, but to your city. We will take care of everything. If we come to you, we'll handle the place. We'll handle breakfast, lunch, and we'll break off for dinner together. Maybe not. I don't know. You will stay where we're at for however many days.
We will not let you leave your pain.
I mean, we'll let you leave the room. We're not going to stay in a
We're gonna
hotel
stay
room together.
connected
We're
to
going to be in an
you. You're going to
Airbnb.
be
You're
in
going to have your own room.
You can't escape.
Yeah.
It's like a box. You're not getting out.
Yeah, but it's not the Hotel California. You
No,
can leave.
Yeah.
You can check in anytime you like, but you
It's-
can never leave.
we really can. True.
Oh no, it'll be a good time. For really like a 2-day workshop, right? And we'll work out the dates, the times, everything with you. We'll figure that out. We have sort of um a syllabus, right? That
Mhm.
we work from. And we change that syllabus according to who we're coming to see. Now we can take two per or just you. If you want to bring your partner in certain times, we can do that. If you want to bring your partner in the whole time, we can do that. We can certainly do a couples workshop, right?
Absolutely.
And just focus on you. Um, it's very beneficial um to work with us on that one-on-one basis in person, right? We can really get through a whole lot of your junk in 2 days, just focusing on you. If you would like to come to us, however, we're offering that as well. We will open up our personal home. You will stay with us in our home, be in our energy, for 3 days. We will handle you got your lodging, you got your meals, you got everything here. The only thing we don't provide is transportation to and from. However, we will pick you up if you fly in from the airport and take you back.
And know this, if you don't know how to connect to your vulnerability, leaving here, you will not only know how to connect to your vulnerability, you'll know how to stay in it. That is the goal of this. The goal is don't try to come in here thinking we're just going to teach you how to have this connection. That's not what this is. This is pulling your vulnerability out for your vulnerability to show you how to have connection because you're allowed to have that.
Yeah.
So it will be centered around your ability to heal with people in connection, being connecting to your pain, your hurt, and what you're telling yourself. And by the time you come out of that, you won't even know how to be like you were. Because that's the thing about healing. Once you heal, once you start healing your vulnerability, you heal it all the way. You don't just do it in bits and pieces. There's no work required. You won't hide what you've been hurting in.
Mhm.
So you're allowed to heal. So know that that's what this is. It's not going to be anything but that. It's going to be that. So if you are in a connection and you don't know how to get vulnerable and have that connection, do this with us. You'll get it. You'll get it very quickly. It's like you just need to be reminded of what you already know. And it's a
Yeah.
deep reminding. It really is.
This is completely different than what we did before. So
Much different.
much different. So what we're doing is when we traveled before and toured before, we were doing like workshops on the weekends, and we were talking to multiple people. We're not
We were learning.
yeah, we're not doing that this round. We are coming to do personal workshops, personal retreats, personal root camps, um, personal connect me to me, personal you and us, or you and your partner and us. It's you and us
Yeah.
individually.
This.
I
the-
do
the
believe
triangle.
we stay, is it Chicago? Yeah, I do believe we're
Oh, yeah. Oh, I did find your
yeah.
post, by the way, Megan.
Yeah, and if we do, we're coming up for another event, right, in February in Chicago, but we will probably offer a 1-day workshop in February. We are coming to,
Maryland.
Maryland in December, and I'm not sure exactly what the date is, and I'm gonna find out today. So we'll make a video about that or
Yeah.
something.
And, we're probably thinking about a Vegas retreat.
A Vegas retreat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I
A
love
big one.
Vegas.
Well, we'll get there. Here's her
Okay, got
post
it.
that she wanted your take on.
All right.
Ran into him. This is her post. Ran into him over the weekend for the first time in like 5 years since he came back around in 2019 and as awake, then disappeared again. This Halloween, it'll be 10 years since we met. I'm just shot and over it and at the edge, barely hanging on by a thread. I can't take any more of it. 10 years of my own work and 5 years of work on his end. And the only change I've seen with him, is he isn't afraid of approaching me first to say hi or anything. Every time we've had contact in the last 10 years, I've shown some type of growth. First after 3 to 4 years, and finally telling him how I really felt and that I loved him. another 2 years later telling him the whole story from the time we met until he ghosted me everything that was going on inside of me and why I did the things I did. Continued to be open with my feelings and was told that he doesn't have the same feelings as me, but that he's just not ready and not yet, and that he needed friends right now. So I continued on being a friend until he disappeared again some months down the road. Coming into social media contact here, and there where he would add me on Snapchat for a day, then delete the account he made to add me. Getting into a relationship with someone and hiding it from Instagram because we followed each other until he saw a picture of me with someone and 2 days later decided to take his relationship social media public. I posted the picture and told my friends he'd start posting pics of them once he saw the picture, and I posted it not to make him jealous, but to generate the response from him of no longer keeping his girlfriend at the time off of his page. I'd literally told my friends that once he saw the picture, that he'd start posting pics of her, and him, and 2 days later, he does the exact thing and made all of these lovey-dovey captions to go with it, to the point it was obvious it was more to get a reaction from me. But I didn't react. Down the road, he unfollows my IG, but still checked out my page and would like my post every now and then. Fast forward to this past May, after months, if not over a year, of zero contact between, beyond a Snapchat ad for a day, then deleting his account, he gets back on Facebook, and I guess this time around doesn't want to be friends with me. The social media stuff doesn't really bother me. It's just that it's been his way of getting in touch with me and having regular contact with me over the past 10 years. It's been his way of being indirect and getting his feelings out. I put a photo of Heart on fire in 2019 as my timeline pic, same one I have up now, as a reflection of my feelings and how I felt. He's a smart guy. He knew what it represented. He heart reacted to it and then changed his timeline picture to the same thing, Heart on Fire. It's always subtle things like that. I won't try and add him myself and initiate contact. I sent him a message last December via text. Don't know if he even got it though, that I missed him. I don't want to be convenient and accept the crumbs from him in the form of subtle indirect messages, like the Heart on Fire stuff. If I feel in my heart that I need to say something to him, I will. I've gotten to the point in myself to push through any fear. There's just nothing more I feel I absolutely need to say to him. I don't feel the need to initiate contact and add him first. I'd accept him as and his friendship, but he has to be the one to initiate that. Sorry for the vent. I'm just over it.
um, I liked it that she used the word feel and not think a lot, right? Um, that's a big thing because she said, I feel like I don't have anything I need to say to him, right? Versus I think there's so much I have to say to him, right?
Right.
Like she's feeling, she's not thinking, and I love that. I love that. I feel you're doing the right thing. I feel you should let him come to you. Because he will when he's done with his odd behavior, right? And I only say odd behavior because Lee and I both had odd behavior, right? I just feel like you should just let it be and let him come to you. Instead of the little games, like, and I use that word, but it's different. You know what I mean? With
Yeah.
it, and I say games because that's the way the human mind can comprehend it, right?
Right.
What I mean by those games is, oh yeah, you're posting a picture with your girl, I'm going to post a picture with mine. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're going to do this, I'm going to do that. Oh, that hurts. So let me do something that'll hurt her back
Right.
a little bit.
Yep.
Right. And it's not like detrimental, right? Oh, she posted a picture with somebody, I'm going to post a picture with somebody, right? Let's just get all the way real here. Social media is everyday life for most people, because that's where we're at, right?
Right.
And those types of things are insignificant. You know what I mean? Because it really only you and him are the ones getting it. No, everybody else thinks you're have bad, weird behavior. You know what I mean? I was just in session talking about the time I came home and you had the house all set up to do something else.
Oh,
Those types of things, right? Oh yeah, well, you're gonna do this. Oh yeah, well, I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean? You hurt
Yeah.
me this way, I want to hurt you that way. It just it doesn't it doesn't it doesn't produce any positive interaction.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's only tit for tat.
Right.
And the fact that you've already expressed all the feelings that you needed to, right? That you feel, because she used the word feel, that she felt like she needed to,
Yeah.
is enough.
Right. And
It's enough.
the only question I have after reading that whole thing is, how do you let people connect to you? Who have you trusted to connect to how you feel? Where did you learn to do that? That would be my only question I would ask. I would like to know, pursue you, where you learn to let people you feel a connection to connect to your actual feelings and you share your thoughts. Where would you have learned that before? So let's see, maybe I froze a little because of all the hurt, but I did tell him that I love him a lot. Did you tell him about the hurt? See, Angela, feeling the healing music helps with my sleep apnea, heart, with the breathing pauses when the machine therapy isn't working well. Yeah. Music is a beautiful way to heal. We have found a lot of healing through music.
Right.
A
For
lot,
sure.
a lot of healing through music. Let's see what we got going on here. How many pepper we
A
got?
whole lot of healing through music.
Alright.
Even when we were in
Yes,
separation, or
anybody want a card pool or
before
anything?
before we were together, you know what I mean? Even with, he made me a mixtape. He made me, actually, in our day, it was a mix CD. He made me a mix CD,
Mhm.
which he handed out to others as well. Um,
I can't even tell you who. That's sad.
I probably can.
I-
But anyway.
Oh, you probably can. Wow. Okay. All right. Better than me.
Yeah, but even the other day when you said, you were asking me a question about Brian McKnight, I guess, and what song I listen to the most, or what song
Yeah.
really brings me closer to you. And even when we were, not when we weren't together, Cameron was super a baby, like he was in
Mhm.
his crib. And I think it was just right about the time that Ron and I were, you know what I mean, not having it. Right.
Yeah.
And I was sleeping in Cameron's room at night in a twin bed, and I would play that song on repeat over and over and over and over, and then I would get sick of listening to it after a certain time. And so I would just play the whole album, right? Or I would throw in the CD that you made me so many years before. But yeah, very healing. We follow a lot of bands and music groups and then musicians, and we absolutely love it.
Yeah.
That's why we're coming to Maryland. Maryland is home to a bunch of the bands that we know and we love, and Lee also has family in Maryland, so we're gonna make the trip up, and we'll do a workshop. How about that? Right where we're at, we'll do a workshop. How about that?
But we've had you guys for a while.
Like a
and,
whole time. So before
we're
we
gonna-
leave, if anybody wants a reading, we're doing reading.
Yeah, if you
Card
want
reading.
card reading, now's the chance to get in.
And today's Lee's birthday, so we're gonna go have his birthday.
Just stay connected to me. That's my birthday.
Yeah.
It's every day for me.
Mhm.
Every day's my birthday as long as you're connected to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every day you get older.
I
That's
don't
the truth.
necessarily get older. People are really shocked when I tell them I'm 55. They're
Yeah.
like, 50 what?
Yeah.
I'm like, 55.
You don't look your age.
Well, I'm connected to a child in me
I'm
that likes to
54.
heal. I
Huh?
mean, I'm connected to a child in me that likes to heal
Mhm.
and likes to be young.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
I mean, I'm moving a lot. So,
You do.
yes.
You do.
Card pull, please. All right. So up top there, I think you pinned it, didn't you?
I pinned it.
Pinned
Yep.
it. You can send whatever you'd like, and we'll do a card pull
Send
for,
whatever you like for Lee's
let's see,
birthday.
Angela, and thank you, third eye mind trick. Thank you.
Third eye mind trick. I love
Yeah, I
that.
like that. That's cool.
Yeah,
my dad,
hugs.
and I guess what
It's up.
confuses me.
It's up on the top.
So this was to answer the question because I said, where did you learn to let someone you're connected to be there for your feelings and your thoughts? And she says, my dad. And I guess what confuses me about it is the hot and cold type
Mike.
behavior. Lately, I've been focusing on how it feels and feel and
pony?
what it always feels like. So
Okay.
here's the question then. The question is, it's actually backwards. So here's what the question ends up being from a connection standpoint. Pursue you coaching. The question becomes when you would go to your father and you would open up about your thoughts and your feelings,
Okay.
did sometimes you get a hot response or a cold response? Or sometimes you didn't like how he responded to what you said or responded to what you were trying to share. Which one seems to have more of an impact? How he would respond, how your father would respond to what you're feeling and what you're thinking, or how you would see him experience what you would share with them would make him either hot or cold.
Mike's
Does
got to
that
go
make
to the
sense?
potty. I'll be back.
Oh, that's right. The door.
The door.
Forgot about that. That's why he's down there in your face.
Shit.
He's like, I'm about to get in trouble. So, all right, let's see. We have who wanted a card pull? Got the cards over here. So the way you want to look at that, it's you got to look at what that impact was. Pursue you coaching. Look for that space and how that made you feel growing up. If you went there with your feelings to your father, did he sometimes respond hot or sometimes respond cold, or was that more of your mother doing that to you? Because remember, this is about connection. So you got to look at what happened to you in connection to know why connection is doing that. Because it's going to be a typical thing you're doing to yourself is why your twin is doing that to you. Because you've been doing it to you all along. You just don't see it that way yet. But it only takes your pain to do that. All right. So we got Hugs for Humanity has got a card pull. And let's see which deck. We're going to go with the birthday deck. The deck that seems to be me pulling 35, 36. I swear if I pull 34 or 39, I'm done. I'm not going to pull any more cards. It's going to be all her because I'm just on that thing. So this is for Hugs for Humanity. We got you taken care of. Let's see. Hugs got a card pull. I'll let you come over and pull the card so I don't pull. I was just sitting there jinxing myself and I said, I'm probably going to pull a card that makes.
I left the door open, so.
Oh, okay. I'll listen out for him.
Mike
Send
was
Cash
having
App
an issue.
and have gone through Sherry for a card pull.
Okay. Yeah. What are we doing? Pulling.
You're pulling for card. You're pulling for
Oh.
hugs.
Oh, let me connect with hugs. Mm. There it is. See it?
Yep. You got it.
Ooh.
New Heights.
The New Heights
The
card.
44 card.
44 card.
You got a 44 card and it's got
Mm.
New Heights. This is for you. This is for hugs. And thank you for the Cash App. And let's see, we have 44. This is a shift card.
Shift card.
Wow. New Heights. You realize as you climb, you've seen this side of the mountain before. You recognize the particular icy sting of the wind and the slick, smooth feel of the rock. You remember the hard-earned lessons vividly. Though now your understanding of them is much deeper, and you're stronger, so much stronger. You recall the way you trembled the last time you were on this face of the mountain, the terror you felt, the desperation, the emptiness. And now you look down at your hands, steady, strong. You take a long, calm breath. You take a sip from the cool, still waters you've since discovered within you. This is not the same as it was then. I am not the same as I was then, you think, connecting with the part of you that was always there underneath the layers and layers of fears, projections, perceptions. You breathe in deeply, gratefully, as if it's your first breath, and then you turn, you look into the distance, you see that you've climbed above the fog line now, something you didn't realize was possible. You can see for miles. You know you'll be walking peacefully in the unbelievably gorgeous valley one day. Once the climbing is done, rested and renewed, you take your focus back to your next pull up the mountain. In no hurry, smiling in the sun, your heart full. Connect with the part of yourself that has always been there, beneath fears and perceptions. Take a moment to appreciate the calmness and strength within you. Rest and renew, knowing that you soon will focus on the next steps of your personal mountain.
Ooh.
Damn, Hugs.
And I'm pulling
New hikes.
I'm pulling from the white deck. I'm pulling another card, Hugs, because
What's this?
hang on, here's the one I pulled. Because we're doing two per.
Get
And,
another dollar.
Okay. And we'll get to that one in just one second. Here's her card.
And this is for
Hugs.
Hugs.
Like a
You
second
got
card.
the 43 card? What the hell is going 43, 44. I did 35, 36, and 37.
Oh.
You just pulled this card and pulled a 43 after you just pulled a 44. Yeah, what is going on with us today? Well, we've got it. Higher self.
She's got blue hair.
Yeah, she does.
I just noticed that. She's blue.
And this is higher self and sacred intuition. And it
She's got
says
blue
your
hair.
internal spirit, your 43 card.
I'm going to attempt this.
You want me to do it?
Yep.
I got it.
I was going to attempt it,
All right.
but it was bad.
Your eternal spirit. People often define themselves according to the restrictions of their human bodies and mental and emotional patterns. They rarely focus on the unlimited power and value of their spirit. But if this is your approach, it only limits your happiness and your experience of value in the world. This card heralds a time of great spiritual value. You're at the point where you can finally awaken to the full and ever-present power of your eternal spirit. This very real side of you preceded your present self, going all the way back to divine consciousness, the source of your true identity. Meditate on the sacred intuition of your inner voice and the radiant wisdom it brings. Let go of limitation and commune with your perfect sacred identity. The more you turn to your eternal spirit within, the more truth, beauty, and blessings will adorn your life.
Ooh.
My eternal spirit guides me in everything I do. I am blessed with the unlimited value, power, and deserving of my soul.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
This card goes in that.
Yeah. Oh, you know
It
what?
goes in this one.
It does. It goes in the other one. Oh my
I got it
gosh.
right here. So that was, wow, that was wicked. So, yep, 43 and 44, 7 and 8. So, Angela, here's one for you. We're going to do another card pull, and I'll have Sherry pull this
Yeah.
card.
And we
for
got
you.
it. There's one for, is it Twin Flame Souls or
Yeah,
something?
that's the dollar one.
Okay, got it.
Angela. Yep.
Got it. Okay.
Angela, this card is for you.
Yeah.
All right.
Last one.
This
Ooh,
one
mirror,
is
mirror card.
Mirror, Mirror. It is the 28th card. And it's Mirror, Mirror, and it looks like a being looking in and seeing light from the mirror. So this should be an interesting card. Is that 28?
Oh no.
Is Mirror, Mirror. We attract, yearn for, pursue, tolerate, dread, and run from different interpersonal dynamics from different reasons. Inner healing, karmic cycles and imbalances, soul lessons, ancestral wounds, and trauma, as well as soul contracts all come into play. We're all here to assist each other in moving through all of these things during this lifetime. And the only way we can move these energies is through relationships. We serve as mirrors for each other to see what we need to see inside ourselves. As we are constantly transforming, balancing, and shifting, our individual energies by experiencing all that we do together in relationships. So believe it or not, that terrible, ugly breakup might have been the greatest gift of your life, setting you free from lifetimes of accepting less than you were worth. And the mother-in-law who knows exactly how to press your buttons and undermine, she could be teaching you a lesson your soul needs in empowerment and confidence. You have an amazingly accurate and infallible energy reading tool at your disposal at all times to help you know what kind of energy is flowing through your relationships. Your own body, your body, if you pay close attention, will always let you know when something needs to be addressed and shifted or released. Do an inner scan and notice what your body does when you are in the others' presence. Do your shoulders get tight? Do you get a headache, feel exhausted, get an upset stomach, feel dizzy or drained? Your body is letting you know that something about the energy cocktail of you and this other person sets off an alarm within. Listen to this. Don't ignore it. Show inner curiosity about what your body is doing, because your body is never wrong. What could it be telling you? Your thought patterns are also going to send you energy messages. If you often find yourself feeling anxious or having worried thoughts about the dynamic, then there's a key soul lesson or inner wound healing opportunity waiting to be discovered. Any recurring negative thought patterns that arise around the other person, including negative self-talk, vague heaviness, or aggressive or angry thoughts about them, are showing you there's something underneath the activity of the protective ego mind that needs safe exploration. Safe is a crucial word when it comes to understanding energy. Your most important job as an aware, conscious human in a relationship is to become a life embodiment of safe, loving, grounded energy, both for yourself and for other people. The most powerful way to enter into any interaction with another person is to ask within, what is this showing me about myself? Since each of us has a unique perception of ourselves and our reality, this is our own. We each serve as both a projection and a reflection of those perceptions and the energies created by them. When you're living in a way that is energetically aware and conscious, you will find relationships with others are a never-ending and beautiful kaleidoscope that will keep you fascinated and, yes, occasionally frustrated and learning from a lifetime.
Wow.
So, wow, that's one hell of a card right there.
It is a card. That's a great card.
Thank you, Milano.
Your birthday. So
Yes.
we're gonna pull another one for Angela. Let's see.
Okay.
Another one. Let's see.
That one?
It was stuck.
This one is Confusion. It's a 13 card, and it says many choices and uncertainty. It has an arrow pointing at the past, an arrow pointing at known, an arrow pointing at unknown, an arrow pointing at future, and an arrow in the back that says perhaps and maybe.
Oh, I see. That's cool.
Wow.
Ugh.
That's a deep card right there. So this is the 13.
Going in with a hairbrush.
Oh, 14.
Going in with a hairbrush. There we go.
And this was upright.
Upright.
The Confusion card reveals a time of indecision and unrest. You want to move forward, yet multiple signs point in conflicting directions. There's much to consider, but uncertainty is fragmenting your energy, making you feel agitated or lost. Sometimes many options can cause you to jump in a lot of different directions, starting one thing, then going on to another. Yet at the same time, indecision can keep you frozen in uncertainty. Afraid of doing the wrong thing, you do nothing at all. Don't bring an all or nothing attitude to your choices. There is no right or wrong decision, just a new step in your process. So calm your energy and think things through. Trust in the light and resourcefulness of your internal self. Within the radiant source, all answers appear and clarity is yours.
Wow.
Dang, there's your cards there, Angela.
Those cards paired really well.
Thank
I don't
you.
know if she got the connection, but I did. You know what I mean?
And Milano said, "Happy birthday, Libra King." Oh, thank you. Am I king?
Yes, you're a king.
Yeah.
Let me tell you though.
I might be.
I'm going to tell you guys about wait here. I mean, I felt like a queen when we were getting married. I did. I felt like a queen. I felt I wasn't very healthy, but I felt beautiful that day. But when I was picking out my dresses and things, I found this really cool tiara. Lee wouldn't let me wear a tiara in our wedding. He said no. He flat said no. He just told me no. I said, really? I can't wear the tiara, like it'll have the veil on it. He was like, no tiaras. I was like, why? He never told me why. Just wouldn't let me.
Do you know what?
No, but that would be nice.
I'll finally tell you the truth. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Angels don't wear tiaras. They wear halos.
So I should have got a halo.
You already had one.
God,
See what I
you're
did?
so
I'm so
slick.
smooth. It's like butter. It's like
It's
butter. It just slides
ridiculous.
all down.
It does.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
getting light.
That's that's how it's that smooth is how you got away with
Yeah.
all the shit you got away with
No,
before.
actually, it didn't. The smoothness didn't
But
come
jeez.
until I paid attention to how it felt. So
Yep.
I was listening to how that must have felt when I said no to your tiaras, and I was like, but then I was looking at your essence as you were saying it. And I said, it's because I saw you as my angel. I don't see
Told
you
me
as
that
my.
instead of making me feel all
But you
like
know
not a
what?
queen.
The way I kissed you, you knew you were an angel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the devil.
Like, the devil. Now it's the devil.
See how
Let's see how it goes.
Sherry, you're a queen. Nice. Thank
Ah,
you, huh?
see, thank
Uh,
you.
Great to catch this live. Lately, G, welcome.
I
Wonderful
got
to
the
be
cards
part.
out. If you want a card reading, it's up on the top. How to get a card reading. Cards are on fire.
I want
I
to
was
see.
just
I
shuffling,
think
shuffling,
I think
shuffling.
I lost time.
Yeah, time it's been going for a while. We've been on
No,
like 2
I
hours.
think I channeled some pretty profound shit.
You did?
Yeah, I think I did.
You ready to
I don't
roll?
remember.
You ready to get off here?
Yeah. Well, we may come back later on.
Yeah, I was
You
thinking
guys
about
want us to
coming
come
back
back later
tonight.
on?
Let's come back like later tonight,
Okay.
like after 9
Okay.
p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
What's on Thursdays?
The only thing
We only
we
have-
have a new Satima.
We do.
Yeah, but that's on BT Plus, so we can watch that anytime.
Oh, good. Okay. We only watch a certain variety of shows at night. We don't even turn the
we
TV
just
on.
watched we watched that no, everything else Tulsa
I
King.
really like that Abbott Elementary show we've been watching.
We just started Abbott
It's
Elementary.
really cute.
It's pretty fun.
It's really good. It's really
Hi,
funny.
nice to see you, Katrine.
What are we? Oh, we're watching very random things. Every week we're watching Dancing with the Stars. Don't tell anybody, and don't
We
cancel
think
us.
we're going to try ballroom dancing.
I would love to.
I think
I would love to do that.
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
Lee, I told him about the hurt, but it feels like he got too much going on in his own life, so he can't deal with my pain. So that's where you have to pay attention to when you say things like that. Malson, I want you to know what Sherry and I both look at. What we saw from what you said when it comes to, as it pertains to connection, that is your disconnection. You just posted it.
Yeah.
Can't deal with my pain. You're putting that in his mouth and saying he can't deal with your pain. How are you telling yourself you love that person if you're creating stuff like that coming out of you that they didn't say? Unless this person looked you in the eyes and said, I can't deal with your pain, you are in a connection all by yourself, disconnecting yourself from the connection and blaming them for that. You learned to do that in your childhood. You need to learn that you can heal that. You didn't do anything wrong, but listen to how that landed. You've made what he's got going on in his life more important than your pain and saying that's what you're stuck in. You're not stuck in anything. You're allowed to heal that pain. You're allowed to tell yourself your pain isn't something that needs to be dealt with. It needs to be connected to. He can't deal with my pain as you not dealing with your pain.
Ooh.
So you've got to look at what that is in connection and ask yourself, do you let anybody connect to you when you're in
And
pain?
she's partially right when she says he can't connect to my pain.
Well, she's being right.
Right.
Which
she's
is a disconnect.
Partially right.
Being
right.
right is a disconnect in this connection.
He can't connect to her pain because she's not connecting to her pain.
But if she's being right, then she's hurting herself. When I say it, he said, let's keep it nice. Right. because you're putting words into him that he's not saying. So you're
Mhm.
looking for him to do what you're probably used to from your childhood.
Mm.
Is how people didn't show up for your feelings. You guys would attack each other's feelings. So he's got to come from the same energy of telling you, hey, I know this might be a part of your background, but it's not a part of mine. So getting him to ghost you or show up for you, he can't show up for somebody who's in their head about what he's saying and doing.
Mm.
How are you telling him you love him if you're doing that to him at the same time? Is that love to you? If somebody told you that they can't deal with your pain, can you tell that person, would you be able to feel love from that person if you're saying that to yourself inside? If you tell yourself inside he can't deal with this pain, do you think that rejects him on the outside? See, you're not seeing it for the way you're saying it. The way you're saying it is the way it's happening. The way you're saying it that's happening. Is that what you want him to feel from you? Do you
Mhm.
want him to feel like your pain is something he has to deal with? Because that's what that sounds like.
Mm.
That's what it would feel like.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
that does make
Yeah.
sense. All right, guys, like it's been a really long time.
Yeah, the amount should make. Yeah,
And
10, 17 minutes. Oh, yes. Yes,
yeah.
thank you.
10,
Thank you.
17. It's his birthday today. So we're gonna go do some birthday things. I don't know what these are, but we're gonna figure
Kisses.
it out.
Any kisses today and hugs.
Thinking about making your favorite dinner or what you've been wanting. How about some breakfast? I knew that would
Ooh.
help. I knew that would help.
I like that. Yes, I want some pancakes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think I want waffles. I like waffles.
You want waffles?
And I want eggs.
Eggs?
Yep.
Bacon? Sausage? Bacon?
Bacon. Oh, that connects to me. Just saying it.
I know it does.
Bacon.
Bacon.
Yes.
You say bacon real
We
sexy.
love you guys. Thank you guys
Bacon.
for spending some time with me on my birthday.
And really keep in mind workshops. If you want us to
Workshops.
come to you or if you want to come to us.
And we have 30-minute gifts out there. If there was anything that you guys need, if you're really struggling and you need to connect and you need to figure out, if you want to get to the root of it, we're here. We got you. Connection has you.
Mm-hmm.
You're allowed to have connection.
Yep.
You need it more than you realize.
For sure.